Hello and welcome to the Blackout Podcast, where I get to talk to amazing people who do amazing things. I'm here in ECMAs, in PEI. I'm with Tamara Steele, what did you say they called you, the head of
the Supreme Leader?
The Supreme Leader of the Umbrella Collective. Thanks for coming to the podcast today.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so what is the Umbrella Collective?
The Umbrella Collective is a 6-piece live hip-hop band based in Charlottetown, PEI. Do you want to know who we are individually? I mean, there's 6 of us.
So how did the group come together?
We came together actually because I, in my day job, was asked to organize an event, and an event featuring Black artists. And so we had a bunch of Black artists in my living room trying to plan out this event. Long story short, the event didn't really work out, but we still had all these artists in my living room. So just talking with the artists in the living room, we thought, let's put together this other thing that we can present to the public just on our own. We had spoken word poets in the room, we had singers, we had rappers. Let's piece something together for the public that we can present, and that we can present on a regular basis with this kind of group of people, alternating people out. And that kind of just transformed into, after a couple of years, it transformed into after about a year, it transformed into let's work with these. It was 8 artists at the time. It was 4 backing band members working with 8 vocalists, lyricists, switching them out, and that was the collective. And then over the past year and a half, we've reiterated again. So now we're 6 people. We are a band of 6 people, and that collective is the collective of ideas. And we're creating songs together, and we recorded an album last summer, and this is who the Umbrella Collective is now.
What's the album called, and what do you play on the band?
The album is called Welcome to Studio UC.
What's Studio UC?
Studio UC. UC stands for Umbrella Collective.
Oh, okay.
And Studio UC is my living room where we recorded the whole tape. We recorded the whole tape, yeah. So Welcome to Studio UC is the name of the tape. Yeah. And I'm the bass player.
Huh. But I found out just a couple of minutes ago you play euphonium, right? That's it's called euphonium. I've never heard the name of that before.
So I majored in music at university.
Pause. Let's rewind.
Okay.
So, where did the... But really though, where did the music thing come from? And why did you decide to study music? Because it's one thing to just play whatever.
Music has been my whole life.
Oh.
My dad says I came out of the womb singing.
Oh wow.
So, singing has been my jam from day one.
Yeah.
I remember being a very small child, and that's all I did. Just sing. Mm-hmm. And then as I got older, any instrument I could get my hand on, I would just try it. I'm not good at any of these instruments, but I'd try it. My brother played clarinet for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. So we had a clarinet, but then when he stopped playing it, we just had a clarinet. So I played clarinet for a year or 2, right? I played trombone growing up in school, and I think recorder was the second instrument I learned after piano. I was the best recorder player in my grade 4 class, let me tell you. Every instrument, I just want to pick it up. I want to try it at least, So, I started on piano. I moved to trombone, and then in high school, we needed a baritone player. And so my teacher asked if I would play it.
Wait, what was...
So a baritone, it's a baritone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, a euphonium is like a baby tuba.
Okay, like the big thing, but the small one.
Yeah, with the range of a trombone.
Okay.
So like a tenor tuba almost.
See, I'm using all these technical terms. I'm like,
a baritone.
It's just way over my head.
It's like a tuba that makes the sound of a trombone. Oh, it's a smaller little tuba-shaped instrument, and it makes the sounds that a trombone makes. Not the sliding, but there's buttons like a trumpet has.
Okay.
And a baritone is just a smaller version of that.
Wait, Did you say, so the tuba has a thing that slides to?
No. The trombone does.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So think of what a tuba looks like, make it smaller, and make it sound like a trombone.
Wait,
Like that's it.
you have to read those things, right? Mm-hmm. So every time I talk to someone like you that actually went to school to learn this thing, it blows my mind because you have to know what it is.
Yeah,
but you
have to
also
read
have to
music,
know where you're placing
Fingerings,
your
yeah.
thing. So it's playing. It blows my freaking mind. Like that's so disciplined to do that. Like,
Well, when you learn,
doesn't it-
when you're a kid, I learned it as a kid, right? When you're a kid, you pick things up really easily, right? Like you learn, you absorb you absorb knowledge easier when you're a child.
Some kids. Some kids. I don't know. Like, okay. So then you've been learning. You've been singing pretty much your whole life. Or you could have just naturally be talented and stuck to that. Why did you decide to actually go to study music?
That's a great question. I didn't know anything else. It was the thing I did, and I think I wanted to be a teacher from a young age. And then by the time I got to high school, I was like, I want to be a music teacher, right? And so I think when I went to school, I wanted to do languages or I wanted to do music. And music just came the most naturally to me. And I was like, I'll just audition and maybe I can do, but I actually did end up getting a double major in music and English. So, but I don't know.
Did you teach though? Did you do the teaching?
No, halfway through my degree, I dropped the education part.
What happened? What was the reason we had that decision?
I just realized it wasn't for me.
Oh, okay.
I just thought about the idea, like no shade. I believe that children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way, but I realized I didn't want to be the one to teach them.
No, I'm gonna be honest here. Kids are assholes.
Kids can be assholes.
If you sit down and watch kids playing, you're like, oh fuck. Like, I don't know where they're learning from. Maybe they're learning from friends or TV but some kids are just not the best.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Holy
that's accurate, I would
shit.
say.
Where did you learn how to do that? So let me give you a good example. These two kids are playing. The other one hits the other one. The other one is crying. So let's say kid A is the instigator, or kid B, right? And then when people turn to look at them, kid A start crying. Like, where do you even learn that?
Yeah.
Because now you see two kids crying, like, oh, I'm going to comfort two of them, but the other one was the one that started the thing. So I'm like, anyway, so no teaching for you.
Kids can be
and you're
manipulative too.
Because I learned that the baby's cry is kind of just designed for human beings. Like if you hear those cries, you're like, I need to do something about it.
Yeah, it's instinctual.
It's so powerful. Anyway, enough about kids.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I'm a different person now. Look, kids are beautiful, and kids can be assholes, but they can also be really, really sweet.
They can be.
But I couldn't imagine spending the rest of my life managing that many of other people's children all at once every single day. It became overwhelming, and I dropped it.
But you could have been teaching older kids, right? Or would it have made any difference of the age of the kids?
No.
Just kids in general.
Just kids in general.
So now the Umbrella Collective, you guys come together. When did you decide you're gonna do an album?
A year ago this month, actually.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So it was a year ago, May. Last year in May, Sidhu, who is our record producer, keyboard player, synth, sampler, backing vocals, everything you name it, Sidhu's doing it. So they were gone away for a bit. And when Sidhu came back last year in May, I believe it was May, they had all this gear with them. They spent all this money. They like to say they went broke buying gear. And we enabled them to do it. So they show up back at the house and they said, hey, I got all this new recording equipment. Can I bring it to Studio UC? Can I bring it to the house? Of course you can bring it to the house. So they bring it to the house. Loic, who's one of our barsmiths, comes in and says, I have the perfect song, we could try to record it. I'm not even sure if the song was quite finished yet, but let's, just for something to try, let's try. that was for the homies, which when you listen to our tape, you can hear that song on our album. And from there, we were like, ooh, this is so fun. Let's record something else. Let's record something else. Let's record something else. And it was, and then we were like, let's record an album. And then we were like, we found a deadline to work towards. And we spent that summer in my living room. It was like the studio was open 24 hours. And whenever you had time, you came to the studio.
So here's the thing that always like comes to mind when I think of groups. How do you divide the thing? Like, who writes? Like, do I call them like, I have this song? Like, how does that work?
It's different for every band. I'll say that. I mean, as many musicians as you have as many different writing styles. For us, this album was very, I'll say, spontaneous. So it was that first song. Louis had that song ready, had the lyrics, had a beat. I'm pretty sure. And we took the beat, made it live, instrumentation, and then worked on it and put our own energy into it, and so that kind of flowed really naturally. And then there's a lot of songs. A few songs were written like that, where Charlie C. Ruth or Louis came to us with a song
like,
that had lyrics, that had a beat, or the backbones of a beat at least, and then we take that and make it our thing. As a band, but there's a lot of songs on the album that were recorded by, for example, one of them was, I was warming up before we started rehearsing one day, and then I was just warming up on my bass, and then I was like, hey, I think I got something cool here, and Sadhu said, I'm recording, and hits the record, and we just recorded this little riff, and I think we were supposed to work, when you see the album, you'll see all these song titles, we were supposed to be working on No Fear that day, but I was like, this is kind of cool, like funky little groove I got going here. Let's record it. We already had a bunch of drums recorded already, and our drummer wasn't in-house that day. So Sadhu said, let me take some drums that he's already recorded, just throw it on, just so we can hear a beat behind this bass line, which became, oh, I'm hearing this other thing, this little breathy thing, let's do that, let's record that. We ended up recording this whole song, it was SBP.
Holy shit.
Which is my feature on the tape. But that was just, I can bass line. And then Mark was like, ooh, I'll play this little guitar. So we just literally wrote that song as we were recording it. And there's a bunch of songs on the tape like that.
How many songs are on the album?
16 tracks on the album.
Whoa, you're making all the artists feel bad.
16 tracks in the album, it's 45 minutes. It's a journey, you gotta listen to it from top to bottom.
What is the last song called? The last song on the album called?
The last song is a hidden track, and it's called Bless Up Reprise, actually. What's the actual last song before that? Rise and Shine? Rise and Shine? Yeah, Rise and Shine is the last actual track. Like song is last like song track.
Why did you decide to give a hidden track?
That was my idea. I don't know. I'm a child of the 90s.
Yeah. You get that CD just for that track. But it's always a fitting dope track. Yeah. Right? Why did I don't like? Why? Just anyway. Okay. So
I don't know. It's something just to make sure someone listens to the end.
Get there.
And then you get like I remember you would put the CD in and you would learn. After you saw that hidden track like once or twice on a CD, every single CD you get to the end and you see if the timer keeps going or not.
Yeah, you have to do that. You have to do that. And some of them actually like did that to songs. So like it's a song, the song is done like track 4, whatever.
But then like 2 minutes of silence go by, and then there's Erykah Badu does that on one of her albums.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about influences, right? I mean, you've always loved music. You came out singing and stuff, but when it comes to the music styles that's part of the Umbrella Collective, what are some artists and songs that have influenced or, sprinkles some salt and pepper and what you guys are doing?
That's a really good question, and I feel like we need all 6 of us here to answer that. Because everyone's going to give you something different, right?
For you.
For me, The Roots, hugely.
Oh, because they actually do that. They actually do that.
We're actually sharing a bill with them at the Calgary Folk Music Festival this summer.
Okay, see, you can't, you have to lead with that, though. Like, you can't, you can't.
I'm super excited. They've been my favorite for a very, very long time.
So,
since
you know
the
the
90s,
song
you know what I mean?
with Eve and Erykah Badu?
Oh, even Erykah Badu.
No, sorry, not Erykah Badu.
Oh yeah.
Is it Erykah Badu? Okay. I'm like, did I get it
I
wrong?
know who I saw.
Baby, you got me.
What can I say? Always, baby, don't worry. You know that you got me.
Yes. Anyway,
I still listen to that song like it just came out.
it's a freaking dope song.
a
Like,
banger,
holy
yeah.
shit. It's...
Jill Scott wrote that song. Do you know that?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I was watching it. I watched too much YouTube. But anyway, I was watching this
We
thing.
all watch too much YouTube.
And this guy was talking about Dave Chappelle's Block Party.
Block Party, yeah.
And like Joe Scott wrote it, but they were like, yeah, what's his name? The guy that drums with the big head.
Questlove.
Yeah. He's like, he was the one telling this thing that they wrote it, Joe Scott wrote it, but they were like, yeah, we need a big name to come and sing at the song. They got Erykah, but then at the Block Party, she
Jill
came and then the
Scott
two of them
came
sing,
out,
like, holy shit. That was cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So the Roots, yeah, who else?
The Roots, for me, it's a lot of like 90s R&B, honestly. 90s R&B, 90s hip-hop. Like Black Star, for me, is another hip-hop group. Most Def Talib Kweli.
Yeah.
Erykah Badu is my number one. Like, I'm her day one.
That woman doesn't age, though.
She does not age. She is a total babe. She's so gorgeous.
No, like seriously, for real. She put her Instagram like the other day, and I'm like, she looks like the same.
She looks like
person.
she did when the Tyrone video came out. Like,
Yes, like what the flick? Holy shit, she needs to
I
tell her
love
what
this
she's doing. Cause
woman.
anyway, and she's so
you know,
talented.
she takes care of herself. You know what I mean? She takes care of her body.
she's
She
dope
takes
as
care of
fuck.
her mind. She's dope as fuck. She takes care of her creative soul. Like, she's
Super creative. Okay,
love her.
so Erykah Badu, and like,
Jill
they're just
Scott,
making-
for sure.
I mean, Let's Take a Long Walk, of course.
Yeah.
The video
Let's
is
take
like
a long walk.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So those guys kind of like, and now also congratulations. So you didn't lead with the Roots thing. You didn't lead with being nominated for an ECMA. why you always like, you have to go with the.
I am following your lead, sir.
Fine.
I am following your lead.
Okay, so how did the group feel finding out you guys were nominated for an ECMA?
Oh, very excited. I mean, we applied for it. We wanted it. So we're very excited. The award show's tomorrow. Very nervous. We're up against talent. We're up against popularity. We're up, some. I think it was probably a tough decision for the judges, but I think our album is good. I think we have a good chance at it.
I mean, you're nominated, so that's one. Tomorrow we'll find out what goes down.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, I mean, the collective is a collective.
We also got 2 Music PEI awards in March.
Get out of here.
Our album won R&B recording and rap hip hop recording of the year with
shit.
Music PEI.
Congratulations.
This year. Thank you.
And actually, yeah. So, what do you love about PEI? Let's talk about that.
Ooh, what do I love about PEI?
Yeah.
I would say my top number one thing I love about PEI is the beaches. PEI is a gorgeous place. Anywhere you go, anywhere you drive. It's like as soon as you get outside of Charlottetown, and you don't even have to go very far outside of Charlottetown. It's just beautiful landscapes. The beaches are amazing. The ocean, just being able to like get in the ocean is my favorite thing. So I would say the beaches. I think there's a really amazing artistic community here, and I guess I don't really know in other places, and a lot of people probably think about this if you're an artist where you're from, wherever you are. But I just think there's such an amazing, in all of the styles or mediums of art, like performance art, theater, music, whatever it is, like up and coming film making community. There's just so much happening here, and it's so easy to get involved in all of it, and it's so. I think that community is really growing and becoming more collaborative all the time. And I think that just like watching that grow over the years has been really beautiful. And that's kind of where my heart is in that artistic space, that creative space.
Dope.
Whether it's, I don't perform as a solo artist, right? So I think whether I'm performing with someone like the Umbrella Collective, or my husband and I might do like acoustic cover sets somewhere, or if I'm in another band, I've been playing in different bands over the years, right? So if I'm playing with someone, or if I'm supporting artists through my day job, or just because I have experience, I love to just put people on, you know? So whether I'm supporting or performing myself, I just think being in community within that artistic community, creative community here in PEI is probably the second favorite thing I love about PEI.
Nice.
Yeah.
We didn't meet, but I kind of saw you in the Zoom call we're in.
Yes. That's right.
And you made this comment about like people not like kind of understanding or paying respect, or like programming hip-hop bands.
Yeah.
Like, why, if you were to come up with a theory, what would that theory be?
So I think you're referring to a point I was making about the lack of venues, and me trying to think about building capacity for music that Black artists make outside of like a folk or singer-songwriter genre. Those genres are very popular here, but there's not a lot of space for hip hop. There's not a space for like Afrobeats. There's not a space for like reggae, anything like that. Even R&B is not, you know, it's just not hitting like singer-songwriter genres or folk or roots, traditional, that sort of thing. Indie rock even is really, really popular here too, and that's what you're gonna see if you go to a bar, right? A theory behind it, I think, is that there just wasn't a lot of it over the years. It's comparatively new. These genres that we're working in as the Umbrella Collective, and as other Black artists here, and as other artists of color here, even like queer artists here, like we're making music that's a little outside of the scope of what PEI recognizes as popular genres that venues have always catered to. So there needs to be a new venue, or there needs to be a shift in the venues that exist, right? So I think it's just, I think it stems just from the lack of having it historically. So then in the last, I've been here for 25 years, in the last 10 to 15 years, the diversity of PEI has increased exponentially, right? And obviously with that, you have people that are not just coming here doing nothing. Some of those people are starting businesses. Some of those people are just working day jobs and minding their business. Some of those people are raising families. Some of those people are doing all of those things. And some of those people are creatives. And they're gonna bring their influences with them when they're creating things, right? So I think we just need to, make space for those other influences.
All right, okay, last one for you.
Okay.
Well, apart from playing with the roots, you know, kind of being in the scene. Fuck, that's cool. That's so cool. What's next for the Umbrella Collective?
Next for the Umbrella Collective, we're gonna do this tour this summer to a few festivals, Vancouver Island, Calgary, Sappy Fest, and then we're hopefully gonna play maybe Hopscotch Festival in Halifax in September. But we don't know about that yet. We're still trying to get in. And then, you know, we're starting to think about tape 2. Here at ECMAs, we're working on export readiness. We're working on meeting and connecting with export buyers who are international. So hopefully we can get our music heard in the UK, maybe in Australia. I mean, I don't know. These are just things we're looking at here. And I think export and tape 2 is what we're looking at. So
yeah,
manifest this for us people.
That's great. Fuck, someone said, from your mouth to God's ears. You've heard of this?
Yes.
From mouth to God's ears. It's great talking to you. Thanks for just being freaking awesome and taking me down memory lane with the Roots song.
Yes.
That was great. I appreciate you so much, Tamara.
Thank you.